Every day, you make thousands of decisions. Some are so small you barely notice them. What should you wear? What should you eat? Should you reply now, or later? By the end of the day, even the simplest choice can feel exhausting. But why? The answer lies in a hidden psychological phenomenon called decision fatigue. And once you understand how it works, you'll never look at your daily choices the same way again. *5. How to beat decision fatigue. The good news is that decision fatigue isn't permanent. Your brain isn't broken. It's simply overworked. And just like your body recovers after physical exercise, your brain can recover when you reduce unnecessary mental effort. The first step is surprisingly simple. Make fewer unimportant decisions. Plan tomorrow's clothes the night before. Prepare your meals in advance. Create a morning routine that stays the same every day. The fewer small decisions your brain has to make, the more energy it saves for the decisions that truly matter. Another powerful strategy is to make your most important decisions early in the day. Your mental energy is usually highest in the morning, before dozens of small choices begin draining it. That's why many successful entrepreneurs, athletes, and leaders schedule their hardest work during the first few hours after waking up. Next, learn to stop chasing the perfect decision. Many people become trapped because they keep searching for the best possible option. But in most situations, a good decision made today is far more valuable than a perfect decision made too late. Remember, your goal isn't perfection. Your goal is progress. Finally, give your brain regular breaks. Go for a short walk. Take a few deep breaths. Step away from your screen. Even a few minutes of rest can help restore your ability to think clearly. Every time you reduce unnecessary choices, you give your brain more space to focus, create, and solve meaningful problems. Because the smartest people don't waste their mental energy on every little decision. They protect it, so they can use it where it matters most. The quality of your life is shaped by the quality of your decisions. And the quality of your decisions depends on how well you protect the incredible machine inside your head, your brain. 4. Why successful people simplify their lives. Have you ever noticed that some of the world's most successful people seem to wear the same clothes almost every day? It may look strange at first, but it's actually a deliberate strategy. Former U.S. President Barack Obama once explained that he limited his wardrobe to just a few suits in order to reduce unnecessary decisions. Steve Jobs became famous for his black turtleneck and blue jeans. Mark Zuckerberg is often seen wearing nearly identical gray t-shirts. Were they trying to make a fashion statement? Not at all. They were protecting something far more valuable than style. Their mental energy. Every small decision you eliminate is one less demand on your brain. Choosing what to wear, what to eat for breakfast, which route to take. These choices may seem insignificant on their own, but together, they quietly drain your attention and self-control throughout the day. Highly successful people understand that their brain has limited decision-making resources. Instead of wasting those resources on routine choices, they automate as much as possible. The fewer unnecessary decisions they make, the more mental energy they have for solving complex problems, leading teams, creating ideas, and making important life decisions. This doesn't mean you have to wear the same clothes every day. The lesson is much bigger than that. It's about removing unnecessary choices wherever you can. Create simple routines. Prepare tomorrow's clothes the night before. Plan your meals in advance. Turn repeated decisions into habits. Because every routine you build frees your brain to focus on what truly matters. Success isn't only about working harder. Sometimes, it's about deciding less. *3. Why smart people still make bad decisions. Have you ever wondered why intelligent people sometimes make incredibly poor decisions? It's easy to assume that smart people always make smart choices. But psychology tells a very different story. Intelligence and decision-making are not the same thing. Even the brightest minds can make terrible decisions when their mental energy is running low. Imagine trying to solve a difficult math problem after staying awake for 20 hours. Your intelligence hasn't disappeared, But your brain no longer has the energy to use it effectively. The same thing happens after a day filled with constant decision-making. As your brain becomes mentally exhausted, it begins searching for shortcuts. Instead of carefully analyzing every option, it simply asks, "What's the easiest choice right now?" That's why people often order fast food instead of cooking. They buy things they don't really need. They procrastinate on important work. Or spend hours watching videos instead of finishing a project. Not because they suddenly became lazy, but because their brain is trying to conserve energy. Psychologists call this cognitive miserliness, the brain's natural tendency to avoid unnecessary mental effort whenever possible. When your mental battery is low, your brain prefers familiar habits over thoughtful decisions. That's why willpower seems strongest in the morning and weakest late at night. It's also why many successful people schedule their most important work early in the day, when their minds are fresh and decision fatigue hasn't yet taken over. The lesson is simple. Making better decisions isn't just about becoming smarter. It's about protecting the mental energy that allows your intelligence to work in the first place. 2. Why too many choices make you less happy. Imagine walking into a supermarket to buy a jar of peanut butter. You expect it to take just a minute. But instead, you're faced with dozens of different brands. Crunchy or smooth? Low-fat or organic? Natural or sweetened? Large jar or small jar? Suddenly, a simple decision feels surprisingly difficult. This is something psychologists call the paradox of choice. The idea is simple. While having some choices is good, having too many can actually make us less satisfied. At first, more options seem like freedom. We believe that if we have enough choices, we'll find the perfect one. But your brain doesn't see it that way. Every additional option creates more comparisons, more uncertainty, and more mental effort. Instead of asking, "Which one do I like?" your brain starts asking, "What if another option is better?" This is why people often spend more time choosing a movie than actually watching one. Or scroll endlessly through online shopping without buying anything. The more options we see, the more difficult it becomes to commit. Even after making a decision, the process isn't over. Your brain may continue wondering whether you made the right choice. Maybe the other one was better. What if I picked the wrong option? Instead of feeling satisfied, you begin feeling doubt. Ironically, having more choices doesn't always create more happiness. Sometimes, it creates more stress. The happiest decisions are often not the ones with the most options. They're the ones where your brain doesn't have to keep looking for something better. 1. Your brain has a daily decision limit. How many decisions do you think you make in a single day? 20? 50? 100? The real number is far higher. From the moment you wake up, your brain begins making decisions almost non-stop. Should you hit the snooze button? What should you wear? Coffee or tea? Check your phone first, or get out of bed. Most of these choices happen so quickly that you barely notice them. But your brain notices every single one. Each decision, no matter how small, consumes a tiny amount of mental energy. Think of your brain like the battery in your smartphone. Every choice drains a little power. One decision doesn't matter much. But after hundreds, or even thousands, of decisions throughout the day, that mental battery begins to run low. Psychologists call this phenomenon decision fatigue. It describes the gradual decline in the quality of your decisions after making too many choices. That's why, after a long day, even simple questions like, what should I eat for dinner? Or, what movie should I watch? Can suddenly feel overwhelming. It's not because these questions are difficult. It's because your brain has already spent most of its decision-making energy. As your mental energy decreases, your brain naturally looks for shortcuts. Instead of carefully thinking through every option, it begins choosing whatever feels easiest, fastest, or most familiar. That's why people are more likely to procrastinate, order unhealthy food, spend money impulsively, or avoid important decisions when they're mentally exhausted. The problem isn't a lack of intelligence. It's a lack of mental energy. Understanding this hidden limit is the first step toward making better decisions. Because once you learn to protect your brain's energy, you also improve the quality of the choices that shape your life.